Risa is an amazing storyteller. She got everyone in suspense. Like the hook, the suspense is just so mind-blowing. Like 50 episodes of a true life story that she experienced, 10 minutes per episode. That is mind-blowing. You know, at each episode you just want to go back to watch another one. The suspense is too much, and I just hope that she gets everything she wanted. The dream house, the dream car, everything. I hope she gets brand deals too, because she did an amazing job. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is your first time of joining me. I am happy to have you here. Today we're going to be seeing a story of a TikToker, a storyline that went viral on TikTok. Her name is Risa. In this video, I'm just going to summarize all the story for you, because 50 episodes, that's a whole lot for you to watch, you know. So I have taken it upon myself to see the videos and summarize to you. So join me. But this is the point when you have to subscribe, because I am going to continue to update you on this story. So I already took some notes so I do not forget any part. Risa Tisa and her ex-husband, whom she calls Legion, met in March 2020, right before COVID started. And you know, the red flag about this thing is that she actually met him on two different dating apps. One has his original name, while the other one has a nickname, sort of. This was a red flag, but she chose to ignore it. Yes. And you know, they went out a ton of times, and then COVID came in, and then they decided to quarantine together at a house, which she agreed was actually a little bit fast move. But well, she didn't want to be lonely, you know. It was quarantine, and she didn't know how long it was going to stay. She didn't want to be lonely, so she allowed for that decision, for Legion to come stay over at her place. Now, not long after they started cohabiting, she got pregnant, and then they decided to get married. While they were planning marriage, they were also considering to buy a house. But then Legion could not show proof of funds for the house. Unfortunately, she miscarried the child, and he wasn't there with her for the surgery. He claimed that he has a meeting, important meeting at the office. And if you have been on my channel this long, it shows that you enjoyed the story. Now let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Did not meet up with a surgery. That was another red flag, but Risa chose to ignore it. Legion lied to Risa that he was a VP in a condiment company. Now, this is where you might say, how come she didn't find out that it was a lie? Mind you, Legion is a pathological liar. Like somebody that he lives in a lie. He has played this thing over and over again, and it is already a lifestyle. Legion leaves home as early as 6 a.m. in the morning, just like somebody who goes to regular job does, and comes back around 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. You know, and not just that, he was also responsible. Like, he willingly paid the bills in the house. I mean, who was going to suspect? He was responsible in the house, so it was not easy for Risa to know that he he was out of job. They continued to look for a house, and then she needed teachers' account details so that they can show proof of funds to procure the house. But then Legion, being a liar, you know, showed her Chase account and claimed to have money in it. Now this is another lie, and we're going to find out how Risa got to discover this lie later on. Okay, so he says he has money in that Chase account, and he also lied that he used to be a big football player and he played for the US, and he has money in a US account and an offshore account. Next on the list of things that gave her pause was getting a car. You know, Risa wanted a dark blue BMW car, that kind of banging car with mad interiors that when you drive out, people knows that, you know, she has arrived. And she expected that kind of car, but Legion was unable to afford it for her. Instead, he brought a BMW, another BMW, and says that this particular one, he usually parks it at a building that belongs to the condiment company where he works for, yada yada yada. Despite the obvious lies, she kept trusting him, and they got married. Remember, they met March 2020. Now they got married in January 2020. Like 2 weeks into the marriage, Legion started giving Risa attitude. You know, Legion says like, what's going on here? Like, why? And then Legion started accusing her of cheating on him with her ex. Now, Risa confirmed that it is a lie because there's a camera in the house. If I actually cheated on you in this same house, there's no way the camera wouldn't have captured it. But this is all a lie. Legion told this lie just to make her feel gaslighted. And then, just like every narcissist do, he still does other things around the house to keep her, like bringing out an itinerary for a trip, her dream vacation to London. Even got flights and, you know, all of that jazz that can make a woman trip. So she actually would forgive all the other mess that it does and just focus on the good part, just like most women do. Now they tried to get another house, and this time around they used a new agent, and this realtor is named Amber. Amber, being a smart girl, asked Risa, now if we're going to keep waiting for this man to fund this house, you know, would you like to join your money to his to buy this house, or you would just buy it for yourself? And then that was when Risa's brain like clicked, like, oh, okay, I'm going to get this house for myself, you know. And she decided to get it for herself. Now, despite the counseling classes with a pastor, Risa still catches Legion during Facebook Messenger with other women, and each time they talk about it, you know, he comes up with this defensive attitude, and he gets to argue about it, and even, you know, trying to gaslight her, he had to move to the guest room. Now it was time for him to change jobs. He decided to pursue a new job opportunity, and then Risa needed his security number for the application, which he grudgingly gave to her. Yes, and then she found out that it is a different number from the one that was on their marriage license. The story is really interesting. Now, one has no record at all, and then the other one has details that is different from what he even narrated about his ordeal in California. Now, did I tell you that he was once married? He was once married and they got divorced before he met Risa. Yes, he did tell her that he had a wife. Yes, he told her that he had a wife, and okay, that's fine. Since you're no longer together, you know, okay, let's roll. Through all of this, he got a knee injury, and the injury worsened. While he had the injury, he never went to the hospital to check up on himself, and the injury just continued to worsen and got him bedridden. And then he claims that the injury is an old injury that he got when he was playing football. Okay, so one day he calls Risa and says his stepdaughter from his California marriage passed away, and he needed $2,000 towards our funeral. And of course, Risa, being a nice person, said, yeah, that's fine, we can contribute. And then she funded. Someday it just clicked. Risa found out that the California marriage did not happen in California, but it took place in Georgia. Lie upon lies. And that the whole story about his ex-wife divorced him and Legion, blah blah blah. Legion could not even afford the divorce. This is someone that is claiming to be a multi-millionaire, a rich guy, could not even afford the divorce with his ex-wife. It was his ex-wife that even divorced him. Now, at this point, Risa has begun to, come to her senses. Now, she finds out ex-wife's number and then calls her. And the ex is like, wait, see, whatever you are telling me, I actually believe you. This guy is a pathological liar. He has done it before and is going to do it away. Women, they started talking and then they bonded well on the phone, and then lots of conversation came up, but Risa did not fill us in on the other conversation that came on. But the woman said, yes, all these things you are saying, Legion lied to you, and I know that you are actually feeling it, and I know it is actually bad for you to have come out at this point. That means it is getting bad. Now, Risa found his mom's obituary, which revealed two more things. This obituary revealed that Legion has another wife, which he never talks about. The other two sisters that he claims to have, those sisters do not exist. In the midst of this, he changes jobs, is bedridden, and uses pomade every day. Now, one day, she turns on his old work phone and then confirms that Legion has been seeing a sex worker. At this point, when you catch your man cheating, the woman's supposed to be all worked up. Oh, why should he do this to me? But then she's already had the phone, so the good news is she wasn't even surprised. Risa has seen too many things, and at this point, she's not even surprised at the things he does anymore. And then one thing led to another, and in June 2021, which happens to be Legion's birthday, Risa confronts him in bed, where he had been peeing in those bags. Quite disgusting. During this quarrel and argument that the heat came up. Yes. And at that point, voices were raised, calls were made, and then the big deal happened. Risa kicks Legion out of her house. And eventually they got talking about divorce. And his cousin then called, asking who Risa is, like, what is going on? What's this divorce thing I am hearing and all of that? And then the cousin confirmed that Legion has been lying since he was a kid. I told you that this guy has been lying. It is already imbued. See, you cannot beat a liar down. Somebody that is a pathological liar. It's in his blood. In fact, his name should be Legion Linus or Legion Liar. It is already part of him. Everything he does, he lies. When he sleeps, when he eats, when he wakes up, when he breathes lie. That is his life. That is already a lifestyle for him. This cousin then said, okay, well, Risa, I'm going to get you in touch with his brother so you can work things out. Risa then said, okay, while we are processing our papers, Legion, let's meet at a UPS. And then when Legion came, it was still in that same clothes that he wore when he left home. It was smelling, and obviously he was living in his car. He had no home. And she also noticed that he has dropped sizes. He's now smaller than he used to be. He used to be somebody who was a 3XL, and then he has dropped to like maybe large or something smaller than he was. The cousin further revealed that Legion has a twin. This is where the beauty of the story is. Yes, so it is this Legion's twin that Legion has been mirroring. That is the person Legion has been pretending to be. Apparently, that one has a better life. He has access to luxury cars. He's the one who works as a VP in a big company. He's the one who has that luxury lifestyle, the family title, and all of that Legion has been using to brainwash Risa belongs to all those lifestyle belongs to Legion's twin brother. And that was when Risa's brain flashed like, oh, I have been catfished. Ha! This is getting interesting. Just hold up, hold up. This is a very interesting story. Now, she calls Legion's twin brother, and Legion's twin brother said he hasn't spoken to Legion in 5 years. And she's like, wait, every morning when we get out of bed, this guy puts a call through to you, and you're telling me you have not spoken to him in 5 years. Like, how is it possible? And the boy said, no, hold up, it's not me. Oh, he possibly has been lying to you. He must have been talking to himself all along. Like, the strength to lie and keep up with a lie is tougher than living a normal life. This guy has a lot of energy for bad things. Okay, let's continue with the story. So, twin brother then confirmed also that everything he said is made up, including where his parents stayed, how their parents got unalived, and the number of siblings they have. So this twin brother basically opened up more things to Risa. And then the twin also added that Legion has a criminal case. And then Risa went on to go and make her own search. Now this is where the whole story is getting interesting. Risa found out using Google search, used image to search and trace the documents that Legion claims to be his. And through Google search, she found out that that account, that Chase account that Legion claims to have lots of money in, actually doesn't belong to him. Google revealed that it was a lie. So he went to the internet to pick this details and presented it to Risa. This is heartbreaking. Now, Legion's aunt calls Risa because Legion has been, asking her for money and all of that, to proceed with the divorce. And she also asked Risa about the baby. And then Risa said, which baby? There's no baby. And Oma said, no. There's no way, because Legion has been coming to Augusta for months. And he has been telling me that when next he comes, he's going to come with the baby. He even said that after you guys are through with the case, that he's going to bring the baby over to me, that you guys have a little boy. Risa was like, no, there's no child in between. Can imagine he's not just lying to outsiders, but he's also lying to his family members. To what end? Risa goes through his criminal record and found out that he was truly arrested for suspended license, trespassing, but most significantly, Legion was Legion was arrested for impersonating an officer. This is the height of it. Someone that can impersonate an officer. And you say that person should not be a liar. That person is liar raised for assisting. Time passed, and it was now August 2021. Legion was nowhere to be found. Now it seemed like everybody had moved on, but Risa wanted to know about his whereabouts. Like, okay, so what's up with him and all of that, but nobody wants to associate with a liar, right? So Lisa went through Facebook to search for him, but everybody she reached out to said they do not want to have anything to do with him. While she was making her research, she found out that Legion checked himself into a hospital. Yes, he checked himself into a hospital for 2 weeks so he could have a bed. And then he ends up calling her 30 times a day, every hour of the day. And she reported harassment to the police, like, this guy is stalking me. We have to do something about it. And then the police says that there's a warrant on him already. So if you find him, just call us. Come arrest him. So he eventually showed up and the police arrested him. When he showed up, he was still wearing the same clothes. He was obviously living in his car and has lost more weight. Now he has moved from a 3XL to like a medium size. Oops, that illness must be so bad. Now, went through the comments, I actually saw people saying that it is possible that he has the big disease that starts with an H. Well, you can think of it. During the whole arrest process, he requested to talk to Risa, and they had a few words which she told him, the police guys were watching, were observing from somewhere. She told him never, she never wants to see nor hear from me again. She got the letter that the divorce is finalized, good news, and then she's crying with relief. She then proceeds to donate all the stuff to a domestic violence shelter. She did not keep any for herself, including the car that she got. She donated everything, and she says, I'm out, I'm done. Like, I'm done with all of this story. Now, the thing here is, she's scheduled to move out August 31st, and the court session was August 29th. But then 2 days before then, they got to know that the warrant on Legion expired 2 days ago. Oh my. And Legion has been released. Ha. Now, so it got released on the 30th. So now this guy is out. He can do anything, knowing that his story is already out in the air. He can do anything. So Risa didn't want to take chances. She already said she was going to move out of the house, like move out of town on the 31st. So instead of passing the night at her place, she said no. She went to stay at her aunt's, and on the 30th, she wakes up, moves within 2 hours, and she was done and didn't hear from him till like December 2022. That's like 5 months later. And while she was at work one day, he calls her office trying to find her, and then Risa gave him this last message that if you ever try to reach me, I will get a restraining order. And she never heard from him again. That was the end of it all. Since then, she hasn't heard from it. Now, this is a wonderful story. This story is very interesting. Now, the moral of this whole story for me is, it has taught me not to be desperate. Sometimes we might need companion in our life, might be feeling lonely, the need for a partner, the need for a marriage mate and all of that. And then this desperation, some people can actually spot that desperation, especially narcissists. They can spot that desperation and then use that to their own advantage. So we should never be desperate for a companion. We should never let loneliness make us make bad decisions. Now, another lesson I learned from it is that I want to trust my gut feeling. When my mind says something is just not right, I want to trust it. I don't want to doubt my heart. I don't want to doubt my mind. When my gut says there's something about this person, I want to trust it. No need to explain that too much. And this particular one is, you need to have a confidence. Yes, I know people have bad characters and you might find it hard to trust people. But then again, Should just be somebody out there that you trust, because if Risa had actually spoken with a confidence about these things she has been seeing, these things that she has been going through, maybe she would have flipped a long time ago. But she kept it to herself. She did not say it. There were a series of red flags in the story, but she turned blind eye to it. But if she had spoken with it, if she had spoken to just one genuine friend that is blood, I'm not saying somebody that will still romance you and try to support. I mean somebody who says the truth. A friend that can call you out on your BS. Everybody needs that friend in their corner. Somebody that will tell you, are you sleeping? Wake up. Do not do that. Can't you see it? In fact, that person is willing to go and fight your case for you. Everybody needs that kind of friend in their corner. And then we too need to be able to open up. We need to be able to share our problems, because when we share, we would be able to, see better. We'll be able to know better. And then some people have been coming to say that Risa should have not come out to expose Legion. Please, how much more people will Legion go on to hurt? How many more women will he continue to deceive? He did it to the first wife, the second wife, and then Risa being the third wife. Now, the first one had the opportunity to speak out. She did not. She just let it slide. The second one also let it slide. Now, Risa, if she did not speak out, that means there will be a fourth person. But this is an eye-opener, because this story has already gone all over the world. So no matter where it goes to, people are going to fish him out. People are going to find him and say they do not want to associate with this person. In fact, parents will say, do not marry this guy. I'm sure older generations are also on the internet. They can also read and see the stories. So you do not have to keep silent. When somebody portrays bad attitude, you do not want to be the person to keep quiet. You have to speak up. You have to share it. And that's what Risa has boldly done. And speaking up has helped her to heal a great deal, because there's this burden that has been in her heart, and then when you pour it out, there's this freeness it gives you. So now that she has poured it out, she's free. She said the whole truth. And one thing I love about Risa is she never hid her own part. She already said it, that some of the things she did was because she was lonely. And she even admitted to committing fornication despite being that church girl. She didn't hide all of these stories. So it shows that she is not trying to paint Legion bad. No. But she needed to get this off her chest. She needed to heal, and that was why she spilled it. If you have been on my channel this long, it shows that you enjoyed the story. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Who do you think is wrong? Do you think Risa was wrong for sharing the story? Or you think she should have kept it all to herself and just let it slide? Because now it is like a world embarrassment on Legion. The news is all over. I am in Nigeria now, and I've already heard the news. I'm sure people all over the world. I've also heard that they're watching the story. Like, story is engaging. So guys, let me know your thoughts, and if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, I know I do not have the right to force you, but this is the point when you have to subscribe, because I am going to continue to update you on this story. Trust me, I am going to update you on this story. In fact, I heard that Legion has come out to speak. He has come out to say his own side of the story. So subscribe so that you will not miss out. And turn on post notification, of course, so that you will not miss out when I drop that post. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Do have a lovely time. Bye.